A very big congratulations to Shatta Wale in advance. So the SM fans, Shatta Wale, and Ghana music industry at large is about to witness a good news. Now, internationally, our music is about to go far. Shatta himself is about to gain recognition. So Vybz Kartel has confirmed, say mistake. Oh yeah. A few days ago, after he released an album without Shatta Wale on, he is ready to correct that. And in correcting that, he is about to drop another album. But this time around, that album has Shatta on as artists featured on. So, Yabekaya, I did a video where, I voiced out my displeasure respectfully. Say, Vybz Kartel episode, some tactics be Edi Shatta will be our 7 or he has been very, very loyal to him. So I expected, say album will release here June 5th, just this month, titled God and Time. Shatta should have been on that album. I wasn't happy at all. But instead, Vybz Kartel went for Wizkid. He went for Spice. He went for Faruku, Shenzia, Skelebeng, and Mavado. There is nothing wrong with the artist he worked with. But I felt, say, Shatta deserved to take Wizkid's place on that particular album if only there was no room for any sort of additional, artists to be featured on the album. Now, a lot of people bashed me, SM fans, for Yimima. They said, you can't tell the boss what to do. We are okay. We are not complaining. Well, Vybz Kartel saw the video and he has decided to do the right thing. So according to Vybz Kartel, this winter 2026 year, this winter will be dropping another album. So according to Vybz Kartel, he is about to release an album. Either say album never this month, but it is likely next month or August. Now I'll say this new album is titled The Sun. Just from God and Time to The Sun. This album, no, on one kasa, I confirm me, say, look, just say, there is Shatta on this particular album. So how did he confirm? As you are seeing on the screen, Adolfo, Vybz Kartel, make this post on TikTok. Or caption is a spouse sniped from the Sun album, coming winter 2026. And MC Quatman, Ebetro said, is Shatta Wale on the album? We need him on it, father. In response, Vybz Kartel said yes, indicating, say yes, Shatta would be featured on this particular album. Now, Rebecca said, well, there is nothing. Shatta Wale being featured on Vybz Kartel's album has nothing to do or even, throw spotlight on entertainment industry or Ghana. It is nothing. And yet news. Vybz, why are you talking about this? You see, when good news like this come, we need to throw light on. Because whether we like it or yes, African dancehall is being controlled by Ghana. And it has helped put a lot of artists on. Stonebwoy, Shatta himself, Episode, Jupiter, name them. Bulletman. A lot of people, a lot of artists doing dancehall are really, really, at least, gaining stardom and cashing out kakra. So we need to hold onto that mantle. Now, Shatta featuring on Vybz Kartel's album, which will solely be dancehall, or majority of the songs would be dancehall. HSA, Ghana as an industry is really doing well when we talk about dancehall. Also, say Otimi Ekele, this particular song, people will start talking about the song. The song might trend, might enter Billboard, among others. Just at the end of the day, Shatta will take the glory. Where is he from? He is from Ghana. Then industry players, investors, and co will start looking at Ghana. Now, Obibun Subekas, Shatta and Vybz Kartel, Ayenyom, they have Mansa Musa, they have other songs and co. Adinti and these things. And for blessing and by industry, who told you didn't bring any blessing? Look, it brought a lot of blessing. Strikes me, it brought a lot of blessings to the Ghana music industry. And Shatta Ucheki, the numbers is gaining from Jamaica. You could tell that, look, Vybz Kartel's impact on him, I there. Now, even on God, when he performed it on Vybz Kartel's show, we all saw the spotlight that it came with. Just a true on God, a lot of artists Impo got to know. Say we have talented artists in Ghana here. Nipa Bako, Shatta. So I'm happy. Say I voiced out and it was heard, and now the right thing is being done. You can't use Shatta. Shatta cannot serve, and then as a Obe dropping major album where millions of people would stream, album a DJ Khaled Munina Juma also, then you would snub Shatta. No, we no go agree. So it is what it is. This is a confirmation. The sun is coming, and Shatta will be on it. Well, answer na me Jaimo Adolfo. Shatta has always been praising Vybz Kartel, but I believe you don't know how they met, how they fell, in love, no homo, with each other's brand, craft, and talent. Till now, they remain unbreakable and inseparable. A father and son relationship. As a sign off, let us watch that particular interview on the Afrobeat podcast. All credit to Adesope. Yeah, Kaimon so say Vybz TV so. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, that's CP.
Listen, your relationship with King Vybz Kartel, that relationship the love is crazy.
I know, man.
Super genuine. It goes back and forth.
Spiritual, man.
Initially, when you went to the Freedom Street, concert, festival, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people weren't expecting to see you there.
Yeah.
There was speculation.
Yeah.
Maybe Shatta was going to show up. Maybe he wasn't going to show up. First of all, talk to me about your relationship with Vybz Kartel. How did it become strong? And then that trip to Jamaica.
So, my background of music, I would say, is more of reggae and dancehall.
Yep.
I grew up with a dad who always listens to reggae and dancehall. So I was listening from CJ Louis to Shabba Ranks, Papa San, came back to Sizzla, came to, the Morgan Heritage, the Buju Banton. So I grew up with all these people, but once upon a time, I was listening to this song and I heard this voice, and the way the person was like going, it was a different style of all what I've heard from Jamaica. And that was how come I found Vybz Kartel. So I started listening to him long from home before I came on the streets. I was telling my boys even, like every boy I see, like my team, I said, do you know Vybz Kartel? They say, no, they don't know him. I said, no, he's a great musician like his. And that time he wasn't even at the top.
Yeah.
So fast forward, when I had his problem, in Jamaica, I felt so bad. And he drew me back. Like I was like, so who am I going to listen to motivate me more again? And so I took it to Instagram one time and I messaged him. Well, I knew maybe the management might or something. So I messaged him. I was like, I hope God takes you out of this. And, I just want you to know that you've impacted my life and you've, got me to a level where God has blessed me so much. So anytime you have time, just get back to me. And I had this agent from Jamaica who called me one time and said, she's linked to them and she can link me to one of his people. So I started talking to Sean Storm, that is Vybz Kartel's 2IC. Yeah. I started talking to him and he's like, okay, cool. He's going to get my message to Vybz and stuff like that. So I was always on my phone waiting for his message, just one message, for me to feel like he knows me.
He identifies you.
So I started, playing songs about, his freedom. Anywhere I go in Ghana, I talk about him. People don't really know him but I just say, let me hear you say free Vybz Kartel and stuff like that. So I think one time I was there and he messaged me. Wow. And that was how the relationship started. And for 9 years I was talking to him in jail.
Wow.
Yeah, I kept telling him, like, I believe he's gonna be out. I tell my friends, like, my team, everybody knows, I tell them, Vybz is gonna be out. And they tell me how, but his cases, I was like, no. This is a man that God has blessed. I feel it. I'm spiritual like that too. So I was like saying like, okay, if he's done something bad, I don't think it should be that bad for him to be there. So I was always praying. So if you watch my DMs, I send him like Bible quotations. I have like Bible quotations on my, tattoos. So I send him some, I tell him to read some. I know by all means he might read some of them, might not do, but I always tell him that I believe he's going to be out for me to see him. One time I went to Jamaica, I wanted to go and visit him. I didn't get a chance, but I kept pushing, you know, because I felt I just see something different in him. Like, I don't know.
And what was that experience like when you now finally went to that his concert at the stadium?
I feel like God came down that day. I felt like my visions were right. Yeah, my decisions, like, you know, people saw me to be a mad person when I was talking about him coming out from jail. Like, people saw that, no, come on, what are you saying? But that day I felt like, no, you know, my name is Junior too, so I talked to myself a lot, so I was like, no, Junior, like, all the things you thought about, this guy was right. Because today you're on stage with him.
Wow.
It was just that I didn't want to shed tears because it was a happy moment. But I was looking at him like, is this you? Like, because I was picturing that day, like, I know, and I was saving towards that. I told my team that any day Vybz Kartel comes out, I'm going to use my last money to go to Jamaica. Wow. Even if he doesn't invite me on stage, I want to be in the crowd and watch the celebration. But when I woke up one time and my name was on the flyer, you know, he didn't tell me anything.
And that's what announced you.
And constantly since then, that's what he's been doing to me now. You know, he's been supporting some things I do.
You dropped the song, he did his own verse and posted straight away. That's crazy.
Because a year before the year he got released, I sent him a prayer. And I said, I know he's going to come out very soon. I don't know how come I told him that, but he should read Psalm 35. So when he came out and I got to the stage and I was seeing him in flesh, you know, even though I saw him before the show.
Yes.
When I saw him like this, I couldn't take a picture with him. I couldn't, like, because I didn't want him. I've always told him that I'm a family to him. I don't know how related I am to him, but I know, like, in God's world, like, you know.
You're connected.
Yes, you know, so I couldn't take a picture of him when I saw him the first day. So the second day on stage was when I was watching him, I was like, did I do my things right to meet this guy? You know, so that moment was like some spiritual moment for me, you know, and I loved it so much because I didn't want to also go to stage and perform all my dancehall songs for him to see. I feel he's watched me so much, so just to grace the occasion and let him know that I appreciate him so much. And in Africa, when we appreciate people, we bow to them, you know, because we know who kings are, you know, and that's how I come, you know, I also bowed for him and told him, you know, everything I wanted to tell him. And I think since then, it's been so beautiful in my life. You know, since I met him, my life has changed. Like, things have gone on in my life. I've gotten like businesses out of it. A whole lot of things. Like,
now, Vybz, the support on social media, the love he's shown you.
It's crazy.
You know, the question is Shatta bringing Vybz to Ghana? That is the $1 million question.
The teacher. You know, I'm working on it. You know, I'm the type of person that don't like to take advantage of people. You know, and I don't want to get into people's space too much. You know, I feel some people need privacy. And since he came out from jail, I felt he had his own plans to work things out. So I'm just waiting for the right time, even though I'm talking to some promoters to bring him down. I think yesterday we were here and Sammy, me and Bola called me and he said he's speaking to some people to organize, you know, a show in Ghana, because I really want him to come to Ghana and work as work, not come as, because Shatta, you know, so I'm working on it for him to get, you know, some good payment so he can come to Ghana and, you know, also perform.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you know.
So, some of the biggest fan bases in the world are Beyonce, the Bees, Wizkid, FC, you know, you've got 30 BG, huge fan bases. Shatta movement.
To the world. Shatta movement is #1.
Talk to me about that relationship, man. It's crazy. You know, when I remember, you know, when you had the situation with the government and you were held up, Sammy was outside. Even Sammy, he was under instructions of Shatta.
No, it's an empire. Shatta movement is an empire, you know. And I believe now, the reason why I love somebody like Sammy Flex is that he's ticked like everything that I've done in the past years, and he's seen like the direction where I want to go to. So when I take decisions, even though he's the, you know, head, you know, manager for the whole Shatta movement team, he explains to people, because sometimes people don't understand my decisions. You know, they feel sometimes it's risky, it's hard, but he explains to people and no. So me with this government issue and stuff, we knew what we wanted to show to the world. Like
Vybz TV.